Here we're going to talk about gradients of curves. The gradient of curves, of any curve, changes at every point on the curve. The gradient is not the same, unlike the gradient of a straight line, which is the same all throughout. So therefore, now, if you want to talk about gradient of a curve, you have to find the gradient at a particular point. So what you need to do now is to identify a point and to draw a tangent at that point. The tangent now would be a straight line that barely touches the curve at that point. And now the gradient of that tangent will be the gradient of the curve at that point. Here we have an example. Here we have a curve, and I am interested to know the gradient at that point. So here I've drawn a tangent at that point, and I'm going to find the gradient of that tangent, the gradient of that line, and this will give me the gradient of the curve at that point. Now, what is the gradient of that line? What is the gradient of that tangent? So now to get the gradient of that line, we have to increase x by 1. So what we need to do is to identify somewhere on that line to start easily, and we can easily start here, right there. Let us start there. That's 0, isn't that so? X is 0. And where x increasing by 1, we will stop right here, isn't that so? Agreed? So that means x has increased by 1. Agreed? Now we have to try to see what we have to do now to meet the line now, to meet the blue line. So it's very important to identify a point on the line to start off with. We can easily start here because we can count a 1 on the x from there, isn't that so? Another place we can start also is up there. Look there. Up there, look right there. You see where the line touching there? We can start there too, isn't that so? And then we can increase x by 1. Now we have to see how much we have to increase. What we've got to do to find the line again. Do we have to go up or do we have to go down? From what we are seeing, to meet the line again, we've got to go up. So that's a positive gradient. But by how much? How much? By how much? This is actually more than 1. You have to meet the line. We met the line, right? That's 1 point. Let's say 1.5. That's about 1.5. It might be a little bit more than 1.5, you know, but we can put 1.5 approximately. Look at it again, 1.5. It's a little bit more than 1.5. So the gradient of this line, the gradient of this curve at that point appears to be 1.5. So that's how you find the gradient of a curve. You only find the gradient at a particular point. So